What's going on, everyone? It's Marsellis back with another video. We got to go over Baby Doge today. I know you all seen the drop that we had. We're all the way down to 3.7. We went all the way down to the low 3.7s. Now we're back at 3.798. But look, we're going to talk about this today. We're going to talk about what could possibly come next for Baby Doge, the next support line we need to be watching, and why I still believe Baby Doge is still going to pump and why I'm still very bullish with Baby Doge. So, anyways, hit the like button, subscribe. Really helps the YouTube channel out immensely for the YouTube algorithm. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you all want me to go over next. If you want these automated trading indicators, definitely check out the Vital Algo link in the description and use the discount code Marsellis for 25% off. And also, if you want to help support the channel, definitely go ahead and send a donation through the Cash App or PayPal donation link in the description. Let's go straight over to Baby Doge. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, and none of this is financial advice. So let's go over this. Now, the 24-hour market control. In the last 24 hours, Baby Doge is being controlled by the bears by 80%. You can actually see here on oscillator that we actually have all this selling volume coming in, which is obvious because, we're on a downtrend. So obviously we have selling volume, but it just shows how significant it is. As you can see over here, it's like a sharp spike downwards, showing that we may actually have some more selling coming in for Baby Doge because it's not getting smaller. Look, when we had all this buying volume over here, you see how there's lots of buying volume, but when it starts to get smaller and it starts to be like these peaks just start to look way smaller, these start to look like small mountains rather than large mountains, then that's when you know that it's about to pretty much go on the other side. So that's why we knew we were going to drop, because we started having way less buying. But you're seeing over here, the selling is still significant. There's still lots of selling going on, so we're going to have to wait a little bit. So I definitely think the 3-2 support is not too far-fetched now. I've been talking about the 3-2 support for a while. It's not too far-fetched now. We definitely see that it could possibly happen. So let's go over this. Now, we broke the support line here of 3.8. So now we're slowly but surely trending down to the 3.2 support. So yesterday, I mentioned two scenarios. There's the bullish scenario where we start the pump coming out of this consolidation and ending up going all the way up here to this uptrend line and, just going from 4.7 and up, just completely breaking the resistance. Resistance starting here at 4.4 and then continuing to rise and then coming back to the resistance to retest it. But it's obvious that we did not do that. So now we can take off these little lines here. So now that we got all that mess out of the way, let's go over what we could have next inside Baby Doge. All right, so the second thing I was talking about is how we could trade between these two channels here. If we went from this area here, because you've seen how it was trading between these two channels. If you watched the video from yesterday, you hear me explain that very well. So these two supply and demand channels of less than demand, you pretty much would see that trading between these two ones next if we had another leg up, but we did not do that. So now we can take out this scenario. So these two scenarios have now been completely invalidated. So the reason why I'm talking about this is because there's always two scenarios that can happen, and then the third one is pretty much sideways trading movement. So now we know the next movement that we could have, which is the downtrend, is pretty much what's happening now. So what was predicted here was this 3.6 support that we hit previously. We hit that area, and then boom, we started to go on an uptrend. But then look, we came right back down, and now we're retesting that support. And we actually broke that support of 3.8, and now we're slowly but surely trending back down to 3.6 and eventually 3.2. So that's pretty much what we're going to see here. Now, there's no areas of more demand right now for Baby Doge. So there's no indication that Baby Doge is going to pump right now. Remember, Baby Doge can just pump out of nowhere. Let's say NFT Marketplace comes out or a big major listing comes out, then Baby Doge can pump literally out of nowhere. And we actually have a big listing coming out for a Whitebit, and I'll actually go over Whitebit, but it's going to be a nice exchange for us to get on a really nice exchange. So that's definitely going to be big. Whitebit isn't the biggest exchange out there, but it's definitely a good one. But yeah, anyways, there's no green areas of supply and demand showing more demand for Baby Doge. You even see with the oscillator, there's no buying volume coming in right now. It's all selling volume. So we're pretty much probably going to see this 3-2 area. So let's do some predictions. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. But pretty much what I'm predicting here. Let's take this off down to now that we know exactly where we're going, or now that we are actually already past that area of the 3.8 support. We already passed it. So let's now make the next prediction with Baby Doge. So the next prediction here with Baby Doge, and look, I'm not a guru. I'm just going off these automated trading indicators and doing some manual analysis as well. But let's look at this. So as you can see, when we sold off here, we pretty much stopped here at about 3.7. So what I think is going to happen next, Baby Doge is probably going to end up trying to retest this resistance here our previous support then becomes our resistance, which is at 3.8, and we're probably not going to be able to break that, which will probably end up sending baby Doge down all the way pretty much until the 3.6 area. The 3.6 area, we had the same support over here. So literally, just like there was support over there for 3.6, we're probably going to see it at this next area here. So we're going to see a little minor support. It's going to be minor. What I mean by minor is it's going to pretty much hit the 3.6 area. Then it's probably going to try to break back above 3.7 or 3.8. And then it'll probably get rejected there, sending baby Doge back down onto a downtrend, eventually down here to this area here. So let's take off those supply and demand areas. So it's pretty much going to send us down to the area of 3.2. So this is just pretty much what I think is going to happen. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, none of this financial advice, and it could happen way different than this. Let's just look at it from a different perspective. Let's say it doesn't do that all the way. So let's just say baby Doge does something more like this, where we end up going back up to this area and we end up doing some more pumping, literally trying to get back up here to the 4.0 area, hitting 4.0 and then getting rejected. So anything like this can happen, and then we could probably do some trading sideways like this and then go down. So either way, I feel like we're going to hit the 3.2 support either way. Now, I don't know how it's going to hit it or when it's going to hit or if it's going to hit it, but I do believe the 3.2 support could be reached very soon. So that's just what I believe personally. Now, this is a good buying opportunity, even if you want to get in now. Like I got in at 4.0, and I'm probably going to buy more because I'm getting paid very soon. So I'm going to be putting that money into baby Doge. So hopefully it hits 3.2. Hopefully this analysis is right, because then we all have the opportunity to buy that dip. So yeah, that's pretty much what I think is going to happen next. But just to kind of sum it up, 3.2 is going to be the support that we're going to be hitting. Is the next support area for us to go to. If we were to go on an uptrend, we would rise up here to these levels of the supply and demand of less demand, and we would probably stop around 4.1 before getting rejected and going back down to 3.8 and trying to retest it again. And if we could break it again, then the next area of resistance for us to stop at would pretty much be the 4.3 level up here. So it would look something similar like this. We would end up going up. This is the bullish scenario, because remember, I give the bearish scenario that could happen, which I already gave the 3.2 support pretty much, and the bullish scenario that could happen. This is the bullish scenario. We go here, we end up getting rejected here, go back down to our 3.8 support, and then trying to retest that resistance all the way up here, breaking above it briefly, getting up here to the 4.380 area. And if we get up there, we might even be able to break this area here, which is our resistance. Furthermore, probably getting rejected there, and then going back down to 4.1/4.2, and then from there trying to pump out, like outwards. So that's pretty much what I think could happen with baby Doge. But what I mean by pumping outwards is like going back down here, retrending back down to the 4.0 area, and then continuing to pump all the way to the next area here at 5.1. Now, that's the super bearish or super bullish scenario. This scenario only happens if we get a bunch of major listings, we get some kind of NFT marketplace coming out, or we just get the baby Doge army just literally gathering together and literally pushing it to the moon, like seriously. But anyways, like I said, there's multiple different scenarios that could happen here with baby Doge. So I give the bearish and the bullish scenario that can happen, because I'm not a financial advisor and none of this financial advice, so I can't really tell you 100% what's going to happen. But anyways, that's pretty much what I have for there. Now, I do want to talk about a few other things here with baby Doge. So Whitebit is supposed to be listing us. I don't know when they're going to list it, but they've been talking about it. They teased it here. It says we certainly do. And that's because Baby Doge Informer, shout out to Baby Doge Informer, literally got a retweet from Whitebit. And it says here, do you want Baby Doge coin to be listed on Whitebit? And then they said we certainly do. So Baby Doge Informer, I think you just got us a listing. And I really think that you should be tweeting to crypto.com, Binance, all that, because you have potential here with this Twitter account. You are like the Baby Doge savior right now. Shout out to the whole Baby Doge army. But this is actually pretty big. I mean, just the fact that it wasn't even the official Baby Doge channel, the official Baby Doge Twitter that posted this. It was actually from Baby Doge Informer. And then literally, this is huge. So it's not even from the number one Baby Doge page. It's like the number 2 one. So shout out to Baby Doge Informer for this. This is pretty good. I want to see more tweets coming from you. I want to see more stuff about crypto.com, all that good stuff, because that's what's really gonna, like, those major listings, that's really gonna be really good for us. So yeah, I definitely want to see that coming. I want to see some more stuff coming from you. So this is pretty exciting, just the fact that they responded like this, the fact that they actually did a retweet. So also, Baby Doge Informer says to get listed on Indodax, which is the top exchange out there inside of Indonesia. So that's pretty big. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and retweet this because I see that you're onto something. And the more we push Baby Doge Informer's tweets, the more we can get out there with Baby Doge, the more we can get on these other exchanges. So, anyways, okay, ex Brazil, good stuff going on here. So, anything Baby Doge Informer, go to the Baby Doge Informer Twitter page, everyone, and retweet all the tweets talking about anything Baby Doge, which is pretty much every single tweet, or the ones talking about the exchange, and really push for those to get listed, because that's one of the only reasons we're probably going to get listed to Whitebit right now, because Baby Doge Informer actually did that. So shout out to Baby Doge Informer. Really big stuff right there. But anyways, moving on to the next thing, we almost have 1 million holders, or not holders, 1 million followers here on Twitter. That's 915.9K followers on Twitter. That's pretty good. We are trending on Twitter as well, 77,000 tweets in a day. So as you can see, it's trending pretty big here. Baby Doge, hashtag Baby Doge trending on Twitter. So that's huge, really big stuff for Baby Doge. And yeah, shout out to everyone for making this trend. Now, the next thing I do want to show over here with Baby Doge with Twitter is this. Now, we already knew this. We already knew Simplex added this for Trust Wallet, but we also knew that they also added it for Gate.io. But what a lot of people don't know is that you can use an actual credit card, not just a debit card, but a credit card to buy directly from there. But I want everyone to know Simplex has huge fees. It's going to be like 30%. 30% fees. Remember, your international transaction fees is included inside of that 30% fee, I believe. But yeah, it's going to be 30% fees plus the 10% fee to buy Baby Doge. And just imagine if you're selling Baby Doge as well at some point. That's 50%. Literally. You put 1,000 in, you're only getting 500 out. So this is pretty much what we're looking at here. 30% for the Simplex fees, and then 10% for Baby Doge, 40%, 10% when you sell. That's 50% right there. So the best way, in my personal opinion, I use crypto.com now. I just buy BNB on crypto.com, which is a flat rate of 2.99%, a flat 2.99% fee. Then sending BNB over to Trust Wallet, which only takes about $1 for that transaction. And I transferred like $1,000, and it was like $1 that I paid just for that transfer. So literally, I'm paying like 3%. That's 3% right there. Literally paying 3% to take and buy it on crypto.com, sending it to Trust Wallet. You do have to wait a little bit, but if your account is whitelisted, if you just now put your wallet on there, but then once it gets recognized, you can just immediately send it. So the first time you do it, you're going to have to wait 24 hours. And that's what I had to do. But after that, it works just like that. So that's how I do it. I'll probably do a whole video of me buying BNB on crypto.com and then sending it over to Trust Wallet. But me personally, that's the easiest way for me to buy. I don't know about everyone else, but I can't do those 40% fees. I'd rather just pay 10% fees. But that's just me personally, and I know a lot of you probably agree with that because we don't want to pay those fees. But shout out to Simplex for doing this, because for the people that aren't too tech savvy, the people that are just trying to get in Baby Doge for the first time, they don't know much about DeFi, those people really need to use Simplex, because it says it in the name. It's Simplex. It makes it simple exchange. That's pretty much what they're getting at. So that's the easiest way to buy a Baby Doge. You just go on Gate.io, use your credit card, or you just go on Trust Wallet and use your credit card. So that's the easiest way to do it for people, but you already know how I like to do it. But anyways, moving on from there, I just wanted to go over that and make sure everyone understands where I stand with that. Like, I'm not hating on Simplex. This is actually pretty good because it gives people who would otherwise not be in crypto the opportunity to buy crypto very easily. But yeah, moving on from there, let's talk about some of our burns. But actually, before that, let's go over here. 6.9% or 6.8% down in the last 24 hours. Not too bad, not too shabby. As you can see here with the charts, this is a good buying opportunity, good buy the dip opportunity. Now look over here. We had support down here about the 2.8 area. That was major support. But look, we are not really going to go below 2.8. Now, I don't want to say not 100%. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of these financial advice, but I do not believe we're going to go below 2.8. You can see over here, very significant support around the 9th of January. And then over here, very significant support around the 22nd of January. And they're both at the 2.8 support line. So actually, I want to show that because I didn't really show it on this chart, and you could probably see it way better on this chart. So I'm probably going to have to look at it from the 4-hour chart here. I usually do not look at the 4-hour chart because I'm looking at it from a short-term perspective and long-term. But anyways, when you look at it from the long-term perspective, we're really bearish or really bullish with Baby Doge, not bearish. But let me take off these indicators to show you the significant support. So this is pretty much what we're talking about here, all the way from the second, which is down here, which was at about the 2826 support. It's showing 26 over here. CoinGecko is showing 28, and then 26 is really around like this area here. But like somewhere around this area is like significant support around the 26 area. I don't know why it's looking so much different over here, but when you look at it from the 9th over here to about the 22nd, that's pretty much what we're looking at. Okay, yeah, that's because I wasn't at the 9th. I was at the 2nd. I don't know what I was doing there. Okay, I was wondering why it was so off. Okay, so over here is pretty much our significant support. We did not want to go below it on the 9th and the 22nd. So it doesn't look like, it really doesn't look like we're going to go below 2.8 anytime soon. 3.2 being our support where we're more likely going to drop down to. So anyways, when you look at it from the 4-hour chart, the technicals just look way better. It just looks a lot more cleaner. You can see everything better. And also you can even see the consolidation way better. You can see how immediately out of the consolidation we went down on that downtrend. I kind of want to take some of these stuff out so then we don't look all messy here. All right, so I wanted to show some of the supply and demand areas. So let's go ahead and take that down. All right, so supply and demand areas of more demand. I don't know why I don't do the 4-hour chart more often, because it actually shows kind of a more accurate chart for the long term, and that's kind of what we're all here for, the long term. I'm gonna start doing the 4-hour chart more. But anyways, moving on from there, look. So we're trending slowly but surely down to this 3.2 area. So you can see right here, this area right here has supply and demand. It's very lightly shaded green. It's a very lightly shaded green area, but this is supply and demand of more demand. So when Baby Doge ends up hitting the 3.2 support, we're more than likely going to go on an uptrend because we have more demand there. And what happens is we go on that uptrend and we pump until the red area of less demand. We have less demand over at 4.2, so we may get rejected at 4.2 before we try to retest this 3.8 area here, and then we'll continue to pump above that supply and demand of less demand and end up stopping there before we end up going all the way up to the 5.2 area all the way up here. So that's just kind of a in the nutshell type thing. So we're definitely going to trend down to 3.2. Now, if we go below 3.2, we still have supply and demands of more demand. So I want to show those as well. So below 3.2, our next supply and demand areas, if we continue to go down from there, we'll go down to this area here, which is the 2.8 area. So we have more demand here at 2.8. So we can still have an uptrend going back up to the 3.4 area and then possibly all the way back up to the 3.8 area. And then we have this area of more demand as well right here, which is the 2.4 area. I do not believe Baby Doge is going to go all the way down to 2.4, but we got to be prepared for everything. So if we went down to 2.4, we know exactly what we're going to do and exactly how we're going to do it. So anyways, I just wanted to show the different scenarios and what we could possibly have going on here. And I know I deleted some of the different drawings I made, so I may not be able to show them in the next video, but you can always just come back to this video and watch it. But yeah, anyways, we have about 1,369,653 people in Baby Doge. That's a lot of holders here. We almost have 1.4 million holders, so that's going to be really big for us. As you can see here, we're already almost to 180 quadrillion burnt. So literally in a few days, we should have 180 quadrillion burnt, because as you can see, we're burning lots. And I know it says 4.82 quadrillion because it's also doing for the auto burn or the manual burn yesterday. But yeah, big stuff going on with Baby Doge. 4.87K people got into Baby Doge within a day. And yeah, that's pretty big. Going over here and looking at the whales, doing some whale watching, you can see there is a lot of significant sales, 3.39 trillion, 10.55 trillion. And yes, this is a huge buy, 47.59 trillion, and then a huge sell, 13.37 trillion. But when you compare all the sells to all the buys, like 40 trillion there, huge. 13.37 trillion on top of that 40 trillion, on top of this 10.55 trillion, and they had 3.39 trillion, on top of all the different smaller sales. It really outweighs the large buy of the 40 trillion that we have purchased inside of Baby Doge. So yeah, you're seeing trillions purchased, but you're seeing more trillions are actually being sold. So that's why we're seeing all this selling volume here with the oscillator, and you don't really see it when you look at it from the 4-hour chart. But moving. Let's go back over here to the 15-hour chart so we can actually see that. So yeah, you can see over here the selling is still significant right now. So there's going to be a lot of significant selling. But like I said, this whole area here is more demand. I know this looks messy, but just know we have more demand at this area. So once we hit 3.2, we're probably going to go back on an uptrend like this, rising back up to our almost all-time highs at the 5.2 area. But yeah, this is pretty much all I got for you all. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. But yeah, definitely hit the like button, subscribe, because it really does help the YouTube channel out immensely for the YouTube algorithm. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you all want me to go over next. And also, if you want these automated trading indicators, definitely check out the Vital Algo link in the description and use the discount code of Marsellis for 25% off. And also, if you want to help support the channel, definitely go ahead and send a donation through the Cash App or PayPal donation link in the description. And as always, I'll be back on another video. Peace.